Vinyl Brotherhood, where we like to just kick back, take it easy, and talk about music, whether it be the latest and greatest new releases or old favorites from the days of yore. Now, in case you haven't noticed, the Vinyl Brotherhood is now an ASMR channel. We're trying out this new format and we're really excited about it. And I can't think of a better record to launch this new format with than my favorite record of all time, Pet Sounds by the Beach Boys. In my humble opinion, Pet Sounds is a completely flawless record. I think it's perfect, and I love everything about it. I love the goats. I love the members of the band. I love the yellow and the green. I love the use of Cooper Black. And I love the people that made the songs. I should tell you guys, this is actually a magical copy of Pet Sounds. According to the legends, if you play this copy of Pet Sounds on your turntable, it actually transports you to a little place I like to call Kokomo. Doesn't that sound exciting? Do you want to go to Kokomo? Why don't we take this over to the turntable and see what happens? It'll be like a little summer vacation. Let's go. Wow, look at this place. I think this is it. This must be Kokomo. Oh my goodness, I can't believe that actually works. Look at that sunset. Feels great out here. It's a little bright though. I'm gonna grab my sunglasses if that's all right with you. I bet you guys thought this place was completely fictional, but look around. This is it. This is freaking Kokomo. I'm so excited. Well, anyway, look, so many attractive ladies here. They've got drinks over there. It's so much fun. Sand volleyball. Beach Boys Pet Sounds. I don't know what to share with you that hasn't been said a million times, but like I said, this is the greatest pop record ever recorded, mostly thanks to the genius of Brian Wilson. It is, in case you didn't know, it is Rolling Stone magazine's #1 record of all time. For decades now, it has been definitely over Sgt. Pepper by the Beatles, and most certainly over What's Going On by Marvin Gaye. Like, that's not even a debate. Enjoy some tapping noises. Maybe you can just close your eyes and imagine. Well, you don't have to imagine that you're at Kokomo, because we're here, we're at Kokomo. You can pretend you're at the San Diego Zoo, petting goats. Some of them invisible. Like, I feel like there should be a goat right there somewhere. Should we go over the track listing? Wouldn't it be nice? You still believe in me. That's not me. Don't talk. Put your head on my shoulders. I love all these photos. They all tell an interesting story. Like, for example, this photo here, where it looks like they're in Japan. There's actually an interesting backstory behind that. So, I have this uncle who works at Nintendo, and he told me that the Beach Boys were arguing amongst themselves and asking themselves why Mother 3 has not been localized. And we've had Earthbound on SNES for decades now. But they were like, why is there no Mother 3 stateside? And Brian was like, hey guys, how about I stay here and record this record, and you guys can go to Japan and ask the folks at Nintendo why there is no Mother 3 in the States. And so they traveled to Japan to settle this issue. And when they were there, they sort of got started on the wrong foot and had a little dispute with the guys at Nintendo. And so they challenged them to a duel where they had to dress up in this Japanese garb. There's another one right here. They got like the traditional Japanese haircuts going on. There was a little disagreement about who was best girl in Origairu. Michael Love said it was Yuiga Hama. The CEO of Nintendo said it was definitely Yuki Noshida. And it was here where we saw the unfortunate death of Bruce Johnston. He took a katana straight through his stomach. And when they came back to the States, they told Brian everything. And as an act of revenge, Brian stole the melody of God Only Knows from Earthbound. It's very interesting, right? Yeah. It goes without saying, but Pet Sounds is a highly influential record. It influenced a lot of people to become Beatles fans. It influenced a lot of people to become Rolling Stones fans instead. It influenced some people to stop listening to the Beach Boys entirely because they knew they were never going to be as good as back in their surfing and hot rod days. Now, there is kind of a legend behind the events following the making of Pet Sounds. So, Mike Love was reaching his creative point around this time. And he just had so much in him. He sort of wanted to move on from like the songs about surfing and girls and wanted to do something a little more experimental and psychedelic. Brian was like, dude, you're crazy. We're the Beach Boys. We're not the psychedelic boys. And Mike insisted, Brian, I have more in me. And so Mike locked himself away and emerged sometime later with what would be the magnum opus for the Beach Boys. And there's kind of a legend behind it. It's become this famous lost album of rock history called Summer in Paradise. Unfortunately, the sessions didn't work out. It was just too big of a concept, and there was some infighting. The label, Capitol Records, they didn't know what to do with it. They didn't know how to promote it. And Mike was a little more confident in the record. But eventually, Brian's influence got to him, and he had this breakdown. Mike had this breakdown and decided to shelve the project entirely for 30 years. And it kind of became lost to history, except for the faithful. And suddenly you found Summer in Paradise bootlegs, fan bootlegs were emerging in record stores, online on the internet. And then, decades after the fact, they finally released it. The Summer in Paradise sessions, featuring the original lyrics by John Stamos. The master lyricist, John Stamos, he was something of a visionary. But it's so good to have those songs now. So So much mystery behind them. But anyway, Pet Sounds is still a fantastic record. I love every single song on here. Some have even said that the Beatles were the inspiration behind this album. Sgt. Pepper inspired Pet Sounds because of Silent Sgt. Pepper, because of Within You, Without You, Penny Lane, all those classics. Brian was able to give us the greatest record of all time, Beach Boys' Pet Sounds. Yeah, I love this record so much. I'm never gonna lie to you here at the Vinyl Brotherhood. To be honest, I'm getting a little tired of using this record as a trigger, as a tapping, so I think we're gonna switch now. Switch things up a little bit. The goats are a lot smaller. Here's another photo. Now, I said I was never gonna lie to you, but I did accidentally withhold a little bit of information about our trip to Kokomo today. According to those same legends, once you travel to Kokomo via the Magic LP, there's actually no going back. You're stuck here forever. You only get to listen to Beach Boys post 1980 on repeat. You can't listen to the car songs now. You can't listen to Pet Sounds. You can't listen to Friends. You can't listen to Sunflower. You can listen to Still Cruisin', Wipe Out featuring the Fat Boys. Thankfully, we can't listen to the Summer in Paradise sessions. But maybe it's time to come to terms with that fact. You're never leaving. This is your home now. We are all under the mercy of our fearless leader, Michael Edward Love. This is it. Say goodbye to your hopes and dreams.